Good morning, students. How are you? Hope you all are very fine. That video that today I'm going to on air. That video is about a question. This question is very popular. Mostly students feel a little bit difficulty to solve these questions. I didn't mention the page number and exercise because in different books that question is on different exercises and different number sequence. This question is about a container and a cylinder. Cylinder is poured in the water container. In the other sense, that question is not too much difficult to solve it, but mostly students didn't understand how to solve it and how it will be solved this. First, we will read the statement of these questions. Then I will explain how to solve this question. So look at the statement of this question. An open rectangular tank of length 18 centimeter and breadth 16 centimeter contains water to a depth of 13 centimeter. The water is poured into a cylindrical container of diameter 17 centimeter. Find These are three portions for this question. In first, you will find the volume of water in the tank. The second, the height of water in the cylindrical container. And the third, the surface area of the cylindrical container that is in contact with the water. According to given statement that all already I explained before this, three things we will solve in this question. There are three parts for this question. The first one, we will find the volume of the container that is poured in the rectangular container that is filled with water. And the second thing, the height of the water in the cylindrical container. Cylindrical container means the container that is depth, that is deep in the cylinder, that is in the form of rectangle. Here in the question there is mentioned height. Height represents the depth of the container that is in the form of a cylinder. And the last thing that we will find the total surface area of the cylindrical container that is poured in the water. So these are the three things that we will solve, and in a very easy way you can understand, and I hope this question is no more difficult for all of you. So look at the formulas that will be used to solve this question. Dear students, following formulas will be used to solve this question. The first one is for volume and height. I mentioned before, depth is equal to height. So volume of water that is in cylindrical container, for that we will use the formula length multiplying by breadth multiplying by height. These three sides will be multiplied. For depth of water in cylinder, we will use another formula. We will use volume of water because that cylinder is in the rectangle water tank. So we will take the depth. So depth of water in the cylinder, we will use this formula volume of water divided by pi r square. Pi r square we will use for cylindrical cylinder that is poured in the water tank that is in rectangular shape. In the third and last portion, we will find total surface area of cylindrical container that poured in the water are the surface of the container that touch the water are poured in the water. For that we will use a formula that is pi r square. Similarly, we will use in the volume, but the area that will be used pi r square plus 2 pi r h. H is depth that I mentioned already mentioned here. So instead of depth, we will use the value of height. And here these things are given in the question. The first one is rectangular tanks. For rectangular tank, we have length of rectangular tank that is 18 centimeter and breadth of that cylindrical is 16 centimeter and water depth that is height also that is 13 centimeter. For cylindrical container, depth height is equal to 17 centimeter. So rectangular tank and cylinder of containers, for that given data, we will use the above formulas to solve these questions. Now we will move toward how to solve this question. Dear student, here is the solution of this question. Part 1 and part 2. First, volume of water. To find the volume of water in the cylindrical container, we will use the same formula that I told you before this. That is 18 multiplying by 16 multiplying by 13. These are the given values. And when we will solve this, when we multiply 18 by 16, then by 13, we will get 3744 centimeter cube. In the second part, these values are given to us that volume we will take from the first volume of water, and here you will find the formula pi r square that is for the cylindrical container. Here instead of pi I will put, look at this, these are the references. What is the reference? Pi is equal to 3.142 that I will use here, and radius that is 3.5 I will use here because here is the square of radius, so I will put square in top of or in the power of 3.5. So when we will solve this, we will get 16.5 centimeter. You can also check it by the calculator. All these values are calculated by calculator. That is the first and second part solution. Now move towards the total surface area. That is the third part. In total surface area of cylindrical container, that's contact with the water, it means that is pour in the water or that is wet in water in the rectangular water container or water tank. So that formula is pi r square plus 2 pi r h that is used to find total surface area. So here given the value of pi that is already mentioned here, that is 3.142, that is multiplying by r square, that is the radius of the container that is in the form of rectangle. So that is 8.5. That is also mentions in the very start when I introduce that question. In the intro of this question, all these values are given. So 8.5 square, I will take the square of 8.5 here. Then that plus sign is used same like this. And here is the other parts. In total surface area, we will use these two commodities that are already solved in the above or that are given in the question. So after solving this, 3.14 multiplying by 8.5 square plus 2 multiplying by 3.142 multiplying by 8.5 multiplying by 16.5. 16.5 is taken from here. So when we will solve all these, we will get 1100 centimeters square. So that is the solution in very simple and very easy way. Students, if you will understand my statement first and the formulas first, and the third one is that solution, definitely you understand the concept how to solve this question. At the last, I will write down the answers of all three parts. The first one is volume. What volume we will get in the start, that is 3744 centimeter cube. And in the second part, water height, it means the depth of the water that we will solve 16.5 centimeter. At the last, that is total surface area, that is also mentioned here. So total surface area of cylindrical container, that is 1110 centimeter scale. These answers are tally with the answer key that is mentioned in different books. Definitely when you will solve this question and you will get the same answer. So that is the solution for my questions. Dear students, I hope you are easily understand how to solve this question. And for more, if you want to explore other science subjects, we have many experts on this channel. You can easily subscribe Sciences and Nature. Hope so. You will enjoy our further videos. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.